everybody, this is Cybertron John, and this is first video of 2026. So this is Transformers Age of the Primes, the 13 Primes, Quintus Prime. Yeah, I quite like him. I mean, here he is in the box. You got the box out there. You got his weird spaceship. And you got Quintus there with his relic thing. I can't quite remember what his relic is called. I think his is the one that I tend to confuse with Micronus's. Obviously, Micronus's is the Chimera Stone, but this is not the Chimera Stone. This is it's different because this was the relic that was used in Earthspark by the two children of the Malto family, which created the Terrans, being like the sub-hybrid of Cybertronian life. Anyway, if you haven't watched Earthspark, and I mean, I just said some major spoilers there, I recommend watching the first season. First season was definitely good. But yeah, this is the box, and then obviously that's the back of the box, 15 steps there. But yeah, I'll get him out and we'll see how he comes packaged. So, here's how he comes packaged. His relic actually is in his chest, and it's not a terrible place to actually have it housed, honestly, in terms of storage-wise and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously there's nothing at the back or anything like that, as that is the only accessory that it comes with. So I'm gonna crack him out of this and get on to showing him off. Okay, so here is Quintus Prime out of the box, and here is his ancient Cybertron relic. And as with all the Cybertron relics, they come with their faction logo on it. Well, other than that, it is a very nice crystal sculpted stone type relic. It is on a 5mm port, so you can port it into any type of 5mm. So if you wanted to, you can have Quintus hold it in his hands. However, the best place to just store it is just come to the back. Come to the back. Open up the cockpit. And you got a massive 5mm hole inside there that you can just take the crystal and just shove it right in there, and that is probably where it's going to be for the foreseeable future until we know of a way that these relics combine or form some type of thing together as Mark and other members of the Transformers design team continue to tease us with. But yeah, anyway, looking at the design here and the sculpt, he is obviously taking a lot of elements heavily from the Covenant of Prime's design, whilst also taking maybe some inspiration from his debut in Earthspark as of recent. And yeah, he does look just very out of this world. Definitely, I really do think that the probably the wackiest 13 Prime that we've had up to this point, I would say, would probably on a something that isn't a car level would probably be Onyx Prime, the Beast. But also, I thought it was quite wacky having the single cycle mode with my Cronus as well. That felt like that's not happened before, a bit out of left field. And I mean, we have a lot of spaceships, but we don't have spaceships that have tentacles. So I think it takes a lot of inspiration also from like the Quintus ships from Transformers 1 as well. Well, from the alt mode point of view, which we'll take a look into. But yeah, so articulation wise, his head can go up like that, can go down like that. Love the light piping. It's really tight. You can, well, kinda and kinda not do quizzical tilting. This is a really tight socket, but he can go left and right as well. But the socket is very tight, and obviously the sculpted collar on the chest here makes his ability to turn left and right a little restrictive. Shoulders can go up like that for transformation. Arms can go out to the side like that. He also has a upper bicep swivel. He has a bend at the elbow that is 90 degrees, and he has a wrist swivel. Now, as for his arms underneath, they can move like that and go back and forth like that, and you can kind of play around with them as and how you want. Coming down to the waist here, he has a waist swivel, and if you move these hip skirts, which are all his tentacliness, we have his translucent yellow legs, which you can then accommodate a kick for going up like that, a kick back going like that, a swivel at the knee and the thigh. He's got bend at the knee, 90 degrees, and he also has ankle pivot, and the toes can point down as such as well. But yeah, that is articulation right there. So, I'm gonna bring in the other primes here for, oh, there we go, yeah. And then Alphatrine's not in robot mode, but he's in spaceship mode here. But yeah, that gives you, I think, an idea of size there. Okay, so on to transformation. So we're gonna start with the upper point here. We're just gonna start by opening up the bottoms here, where you have a tab there, you got a slot there, and you just gotta shift those to hide the fist there. And you gotta do the same thing on the other side here. Shift it to hide the fist. This forms a nose cone. So we're gonna then, yeah, trying to work it out basically. Yeah. Then gonna point his arms up like this. So up like that. You want to swivel that, and you want to then bend. Well, I was hoping that was going to be, yeah, you want to bend them like that, and then connect them in the middle. them in the middle. Like that. So then we got the front here of the spaceship mode going on. With his head underneath like that. Just put his arms this way for now. So we need to now get in to all this up here. We need to sort out what's going on with this. So you take the backs of the legs here. You have a translucent tab right there. You got a slot there. Got a slot in there. And you want that translucent tab to go into that slot on either side. And then what you want to do is you want to also take the legs in here. I wonder if there is a slotting point for it. I don't think so. But you basically just bring them like that and have the toes point. You are then going to, well, pretty much what you gotta then do is you gotta take these tabs. They're nice here. You got the slots here. And you gotta use those to tab in those there, but I am going to tab in the top ones first up here. So we got slots in there and we got the green tabs here. So I'm going to try and slot those in, and I'm going to give the green tabs a go. Okay, so that's one, and that is two. Okay, I would just be aware then of the bottom ones here being a little bit more tricky to do. Also, rotate the waist so that we got this detail on top here. I would then use side ones to help with hiding all of that. And we basically then take the extra arms and we just kind of spin with them and point them kind of backish like this, something like that, and then we end up with the spaceship mode here, which is it's very sleek, I have to say. Quite sleek. Very alien. But yeah, as I was saying, very at the back here, very Quintus-y. I could quite imagine, like, just ships like these for army building for, like, Quintus-on invasion. Can very much really believe and get behind something like that. And then if you wanted to, you can always, you'd always do a thing where you can then grab these arms and bring them more to the forefront as like forward blasters for firepower or something like that. Yeah, I don't know, just something that you could do and play. But yeah, so spaceship wise, I do have Cybertron on hand in his spaceship mode. So here we go. Cybertron and Quintus here. So, and then I guess for like more of a deluxe Earth mode, I use him all the time, but there is animated universe Prowl. So that has been my video and review on Quintus Prime. He's a very, very easy figure to transform, not too difficult to work out. I quite like his robot mode, especially with the tentacles, creating that illusion of him floating. Obviously, once you start to remove the hip skirts and you kind of start posing him beyond his static nature in terms of his underneath the waist region, you do begin to unfortunately lose that illusion, which I think what draws me to this design specifically. And the spaceship mode, I feel, is very alien and creative. With the name of the character and potentially the faction that he represents, possibly being the Quintesson faction, possibly. All in all, very, very nice figure. If you are someone who appreciates Transformers lore, this is a figure that you have to get in your collection. That's been it from me, and I will see you all on the next video. This has been Cybertron John. Peace out.